One of the lads will show you how to get inside. We'll be waiting for you where you come out. Shake a leg now. The Lord hates a laggard.
Alright, so that was a pretty intense set of scenes. Fun fact, that last combat sequence that I kind of ran through, that was the last combat sequence in this DLC. But, doesn't mean it's bad, it's just more story. And story is good. Hydraulic fluids / gases within drill cause subject to become unreliable and unstable. Launching option to be removed from drill in future models. 'Tis why Big Daddies in Bioshock 1 don't have the launching grappling drill. Because let's explain away the stuff that we introduced in this DLC for kind of no reason. Even though it kind of made that first boss fight a little awesome when we were playing as Booker. And it's tense as shit. Imprinting not found in genetics. The hair sample I collected did not matter at all. Prototype Vita Chamber. Combination of plasmas reconstructed with a field of quantum entanglement results in a fantastical restoration properties. I have fast-tracked this project for immediate mass production and distribution throughout Rapture. This completes Stage 1. Note, all chambers must be tuned to Andrew Ryan's specific genetic frequency before proceeding with distribution, which comes in handy in Bioshock 1.
Mr. Monster's mean. Scary. Stay away from him. He's scary.
Look, it's okay. He can't hurt anyone.
Scary.
Shh. Shh. Can you move? Can you just move a little bit for me? Don't. I don't know how to help you. I don't.
Scary.
No, he's just hurt. He just needs somebody to figure out how to fix him. Maybe there's some, I don't know. Is there some documentation for him around here or something? Right. Look who I'm asking.
A couple of 5-year-olds. Even if they are kind of mutated a little bit or whatever. That's really bright for some reason.
Huh. Encoded. Big Daddy will not imprint. If not imprint, what good is he to little sister? She no like him. He no like her. Situation is impasse. Unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
If stupid beasts had half brain, they would realize they need little sister to live. Sisters secrete only kind of atom that is genetic match for them. No little sister, no Big Daddy.
So yeah, this kind of opens up a little bit of a loophole because they do this whole imprinting thing. And imprinting between Elizabeth and Songbird kind of made sense because Songbird was a single entity. Big Daddies are kind of groups of entities, so why that imprinting one,
Scary.
like we will here,
Gotta do something.
like translates to all of them, But they do bring up a point, like, they have a symbiotic relationship that one needs the other to live.
It's okay, it's okay, please. I don't know how to help him. He needs Adam. I don't have any of that. I don't know what to
He's
do.
going to die. Not fair. We can help.
Not fair. It's kind of sweet, though. Still never figure out what actually a Big Daddy is made of. Is it a person in there? Is it robot?
The lion with the thorn in its paw.
It's not entirely clear. Cognitive conversion. Subject to undergo a series of reconditioning therapies in the prefrontal cortex and the visual cortex. Note, all therapies have been outlined in Notebook 22A. Strict guidelines have been provided. This, right here, this audio log, may be disturbing for some people. I know that one of my friends does not like listening to this one at all. So...
Is that your puppy? She's very pretty.
Thank you, Papa Suchong.
Break her neck for me.
What?
Break that sweet puppy's neck.
No, please.
Break that puppy's neck. Would you kindly?
No. No.
Very good.
yeah. Just,
Suchong, of all the things I know this. It is in your power to be a different man. What can Ryan take from us that we have not already sacrificed at the altar of discovery? They are children, little sisters, and yes, they will forget. But you and I won't. The memories of what we have done fade only with the dimming of all lights. Tenenbaum.
Tenenbaum, a character that I feel kinda wasn't in Bioshock 1 as much as she should have been.
Clinical trial. Protector system. Plasmid 255. Dr. Suchong. Client Ryan Industries. Very frustrating day. I can't seem to get the damn Big Daddies to imprint on the little brats. The protection bondage is just not forming. Get away. Maybe if I modify the genetic sequence to... sequence to allow for... Get away, you filthy little shit! What? What are you doing? Get back! Get back!
Violent murder of Suchong, which is very satisfying to see because Suchong's a dick.
This is it. This is the ace in the hole. All the pain and all of the death for this.
And if you know Bioshock 1, it's kind of obvious. this is the end of the road.
Hey, sister. Over here. Do you have it?
I have it.
Give it over then. I'm keen to get this brat off me hands.
You know what? Andrew Ryan said I was a rube. But he was wrong. I'm not the rube, Atlas. You are. We both know what happens next. Just get it over with.
Well, love, if you insist. What is this? It's just a bunch of gibberish. What does this say, you little whore? Hey! What does this say?
It says... Would you kindly...
We've got the activation phrase. Now all we've got to do is get that genetic freak of nature on an airplane, and Rapture's ours. Yeah!
I chose you, Sophie. Rapture.
A man chooses, a slave obeys.
They say to save one life is to save the world entire. It is you who are their savior.
I can see all the doors. And what's behind all the doors. And behind one of them, incredibly, I see him.
Dans ses bras, elle me voit là tout bas. Je vois la vie en rosa. Il m'a dit des mots d'amour, des mots de tous les jours. Et ça me fait quelque chose.
Il est entré dans mon cœur une part de bonheur dont je connais la cause. C'est lui pour moi, moi pour lui dans la vie. Il me l'a dit, la juré pour la vie.
And that is the end of Elizabeth's story. And the end of Bioshock's story for the time being. It's very nice. I thoroughly enjoyed this DLC. I definitely recommend, if you have Bioshock Infinite, to definitely get these DLCs and play for yourself. Especially the second one with Elizabeth, because the stealth gameplay does kind of it changes up how you play Bioshock a lot, along with like the resource management and trying to do better. I, while playing this, was kind of, you know, trying to get through it. Even though I did take my time in some parts, I was still trying to get through it as fast as I could. So I wasn't taking my time to search around. Like, I didn't even get a bunch of the plasmid upgrades that you can find and unlock. You can spend a lot of time searching for all of that stuff and getting a bunch of the side stuff and undoing all the side puzzles. But yeah, I like both of these DLCs. The second one is definitely better than the first. And then the the Horde mode DLC for Bioshock Infinite, you don't even have to bother with at all. But if you want to just buy the Season Pass to get both of these DLCs slightly cheaper, then that comes with it, and fine, sure. I've heard some reviews of this where people don't like that it ties in so directly. It's like, oh, she's behind all of this stuff that led up to Rapture falling. Oh, that's bad. And I will admit I felt a little bit of that, but, you know, thinking about it, it's fine. I mean, with how Bioshock Infinite kind of came up with these whole alternate universe theories to damn it, now I want to listen to this. Also, it's interrupting me.
From a tropic isle. Just remember, darling, all the while you belong to me. See the marketplace in old Algiers. Send me photographs and souvenirs. Just remember, when a dream appears, you belong to me. And I'll be so alone without you. Maybe you'll be lonesome too, and blue. Fly the ocean in a silver plane. See the jungle when it's wet with rain. Just remember, till you're home again, you belong to me. I'll be so alone without you. Maybe you'll be lonesome too, and blue. Fly the ocean in a silver plane. See the jungle when it's wet with rain. Just remember, till you're home again, you belong to me. Yeah?
Maybe about it.
That's always nice. Like in the original credits, they had added another song. Anyway, back to it tying in with the first Bioshock. Bioshock Infinite introduced alternate universes and a bunch of that kind of stuff. And it like, when they said, it's like, this DLC is going back to Rapture, and it's going to be kind of a prequel thing, it's like, I called from the get-go that they were going to tie it in like that somehow. I mean, it shows how Rapture fell. And Rapture fell when Fontaine, like, escaped his prison thing and invaded Rapture after he was banished. Which is pretty much what he did. I mean, yeah, Elizabeth all Elizabeth did was help him get to Rapture. That's about it. Like the invasion and taking over, that was all him still. Had all of his flunkies. And then the only part I'm a little wary about is like him giving, or her having to give him the would you kindly thing. Because I kind of feel like he would have already had that, or he would have already known about it to some extent. Like, you always get the impression that he was kind of doing that would you kindly thing with him. So, I don't know. Other than that, I highly recommend this DLC if you're still watching these credits and listening to me ramble on. It's very good. I'm happy that this is, and it's so contained and tied in and so interesting. I'm kind of sad that Elizabeth as a character is kind of gone. But thinking about it, she kind of also isn't gone if they decide to actually make a sequel to this, even though that Irrational Games as a studio now is kind of on the way to dissolving, and that the Bioshock IP is like not exactly going to be done by them anymore, which is kind of sad. But yeah. So if they do actually make a true sequel to this, because Bioshock and Bioshock Infinite, that's the series sequelized together. Bioshock 2 is a spin-off and doesn't deserve the 2 on its name because it's not a true sequel. But I might play Bioshock 2 because while I've got the thought in my head that I don't like the game, I do remember a lot of things I did like about Bioshock 2's kind of story thing, but it definitely suffers from problems that make it not a true Bioshock sequel. And since Bioshock 2 was never mentioned or hinted in this DLC at all, like there was no allusions to the Bioshock 2 main protagonist, who was apparently the prototype Big Daddy, and that kind of stuff. It's safe to assume that Irrational doesn't consider Bioshock 2 part of the lore, which is a little sad because I like some of the characters from there, and you know, I might play Bioshock 2 in a little bit. It might be one of the next things I do because I like the Bioshock series, and you know, I can either continue my Bioshock 1 playthrough, which I've left to dust, or play some Bioshock 2. And here we can see the plane coming down and crashing. That's the start of Bioshock 1. I've been Kuckles. You've been watching Kuckles Plays. See you all next time, everybody.